Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I'm your host, Jem. Cue the intro.
Don't know how I'm here, and it's you that I want and need. You feel your heartbeat. You feel somewhere you're looking good. You feel your heartbeat. You feel somewhere you're looking good.
That song always gets me in a good mood. Even though I'm not in the greatest of moods today, because obviously Chelsea lost yesterday. I'm a little bit annoyed with how everything's went and how it's all gone. But yeah, guys, listen, look, what we're going to do is we're just going to review the other match reaction show on the Everton and Chelsea game. I want you guys as viewers to get your thoughts in the chat and let us know what you think. We've got a special panelist coming on. We've got Sophia joining me. And we've also got an Everton lady joining us as well in the name of Rose, which will be very soon. I have started it a little bit earlier, I beg your pardon, but I wanted to just quickly have just have to get set off my chest before they come in as well, so I might as well just talk to you guys now. Look, the game yesterday, Everton deserved it, in my eyes. They deserved it. We weren't clinical enough in front of goal. We weren't quick enough with the ball when we had it in terms of moving it around, trying to get the ball, moving, etc. And Everton, even though barring Mendy making that mistake, barring Mendy doing what he did on the pitch, we might have drawn that game. But at the end of the day, Everton defended well. They were solid from the back all the way through, and they deserve, in my eyes, the victory. What gets me, and what has been getting me, is that a lot of Chelsea fans at the moment, as soon as we lose, and it's been a long time since we've lost, guys, bear this in mind, we haven't lost in our last 17 games, so it's a long time. As soon as we lose, it's jump on the Lampard malarkey. Oh, why didn't he change the formation? Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? For me, the problem was not Lampard yesterday. And this is something that we need to do as a fan base. We have to criticise the players sometimes. And I don't mean individuals. I mean as a group. As from 1 to 11. Mendy, yesterday, if he didn't make that mistake, we wouldn't have lost that game. But we did at the end of the day. Werner, Giroud, Kovacic, Mount, all these men, yeah, they were okay. We didn't play bad. We was okay, but they just was not clinical enough. You know what I mean? In their movements, in their runs, Werner was making runs here and there. People weren't finding it. Giroud wasn't. It was too easy to come to the ball. He wasn't, trying to link up play and do what he's usually good at. The biggest thing for me that let us down yesterday was the crossing. How about we moan about us clearing the first man? We've got a habit of not being able to beat the first man from across. Like, people that blame Frank Lampard are weak. I'm sorry, are weak. It's been one game that we've lost, and I've said this on many platforms, the Football Terrace, Monsters channel, whoever's channel I'm on. We make it very clear that we need to prepare ourselves for losing games. Now, if we're going to lose games like we did yesterday, where we hit the post twice, we didn't really click up front, but they didn't really do much other than that, Everton, other than giving them a gift of a penalty. They didn't do much. They didn't hurt us as a team. So for me, look, guys, I'm not going to stop you from wanting Lampard out. I get that. If you want Lampard out, that's fine. If you don't want to back him and you don't think he's the man that can take Chelsea to win the title, that's cool. But all I'm saying is, do not start criticising him because of one game. Remember what happened prior to that, the 17 games prior to that, where we were winning, where we were drawing. Yes, we might have a little bit of an issue not beating teams in the top 6, in the top 10. We've got Wolves next. For me, it's about reaction. It's about what we do next. Because every team's set up to lose. Look at today. Tottenham dropped points. In my eyes, Palace, in the second half, they deserve to go in and win that game. At least, if they would have scored earlier, they would have been in contention to have done so. Does that make sense? And now look at Liverpool. I'm not up to date with the Liverpool game, but the last time I looked at it, it was 1-0. So at the end of the day, people just need to take a chill pill. Yes, we lost the game. Yes, we need to do more in terms of the final third. I get that. But these games are going to come. And I want to shout out Reece James. I thought Reece James had an immense game. And for me, he's the best fullback in the league at the moment as well. He's been awesome. I don't see how us changing our formation, even though we had all them wingers injured, changing our formation suits us when we haven't done that this season. So people saying go 3 at the back. Why should we have gone 3 at the back? Why should we have gone 3 at the back? We haven't played 3 at the back the whole season. It's just another reason for people to jump on and moan at Lampard because he hasn't done this or he hasn't done that. My problem is, if you're gonna criticise anyone, you say criticise the players. There was enough creativity on the pitch. There was enough goal scorers on the pitch to have still won that game without the wins. So people making excuses, it's Lampard, Havertz. I keep hearing Havertz as well. The Havertz excuse. Please stop it, please. Right, sorry about that, guys, but I had to let that out because I've seen a lot of it yesterday, and I've seen a small minority of Chelsea fans, small minority, not a big, small minority of Chelsea fans that are overreacting. Just remember where we are in the league. Remember how we started. Remember that we're still not far, even with what's happened today. Remember we're not still far off the top as well, and we move on. Anyway, people, how are we getting on? Let's have a look in the chat, see how you're doing. Strip Bears here. Was here 20 minutes, but was watching Liverpool get beat. Yeah, look, great again. I would never have guessed that. I mean, Fulham looked like Fulham looked better than Arsenal, didn't they? Let's be serious. They look better than Arsenal. Havertz is a major flop. Fair enough. Fine. The only reason people criticise Kai Havertz up to now is because of his price tag. There's been other flops up to now. People forget that he's been in and out of the squad as well. Listen, with Kai Havertz, it's going to be something that's going to take a bit of time. It will take a bit of time. Not all of the players that we signed were going to come in and run off with it and be these great players and change everything. Yeah, so at the end of the day, we've got to be patient. Winter Surfers in the house. Preach, Jim. Overreaction yesterday was stupid. I know, bro. I know. That's why I'm here. And look, can I just make this clear? Because people think I might just be Lampard. I'm not. I criticise when someone deserves to be criticised, and I always back when they deserve to be back. And losing one game doesn't mean anything to me. You still haven't lost in 17 games because you're playing shit teams. Fine, but we still have to beat the shit teams, and people keep forgetting this. You play more of the shit teams throughout the season than you do the top 6. So if we're winning them, mathematically, we're still going to be up there. Get what I mean? Like it's just a weak excuse. Right. Anyway, let's start with some introducing of some of the Palace that we've got in today. We have Everton. We've actually managed to find an Everton supporter. Like this is great. Prime founder for me. She's got her own channel as well. I can't connect to you, Rose. Come in and out if you can, please. It's not letting me take you in at the moment. I don't know why. That's it. Yeah, come back in for me if possible. Just put a bit on at 70. That Arsenal will go down. It's a good bet. Let's be serious. I mean, they're playing tonight and they need to win. It's a big game, isn't it? So let's see what happens. Stephen's in the house. Preach, Jim. Yeah, you know. At the end of the day, I'm not expecting you all to listen to what I've got to say, but you know, I'm just saying how I feel about it, guys, and it is what it is. Say it loud, Jim. Appreciate it, bro. Could you make a spanner? What's this? Let's strip there. Honestly, keep helping us build the subs up, and this will happen. This will definitely happen. Moving on. Chelsea will draw Lazio. I dreamt of it. Let's hope. You know, look, this is on Monday. We've got a big Champions League draw. Let's see what happens. Ads, you're in Europa League. Pipe down. Everyone's attacking ads in the air. Calm down. Faris, who do you support, bro? Tell us. Who do you support? While we're waiting, tell us who you support, bro. You also have to look at other teams. It's not like the other top 6 teams are excelling. And so a loss here and there is not the end of the world. Yeah, and it's true. And another thing people forget is our record at Goodison Park is shocking. All right, we won our last 1 in 5 games. 1 in 5 games. Do you know what I mean? We've won in 5 games at Everton, Goodison Park. I'm not saying that's an excuse, but you know, it's not a massive surprise. You look at it, it happens. It's football. We're going to lose games. It was just an off game. We can't blame Lampard for having injuries. They played centre backs at full backs, which worked them, and we didn't have wingers. We had 3 forwards playing here. Yeah, correct, bro. I absolutely agree. Kai, we draw 1-1, not good enough, but we continue. Next Liverpool, shout out to you, Jim. Appreciate it, Kai. Thank you for tuning in as well. Yeah, you guys dropped massive points today, man. You could really have run away with it. It's now given the likes of Man United, who've got game in hands as well, be able to catch up. We're in, I mean, to be honest, if Man United win their game in hand, they go above us. We go out of the Champions League spot. That's how tight it is at the moment. So it's big game. What else have we got going on here? Adore Havertz. He will get better. I agree. Big up GNA TV in the house. That's ads, obviously. New mod, little shade, Strip Bet, and Winter Surfer. Welcome to the mods team. Welcome, people. Jem, do you think Havertz needs to start from the bench the next few games? I don't think we can afford to at the moment, Winter Surfer. He's not. We haven't really got that option. Cho's injured. Pulisic is just like glass. Ziyech, unfortunately, he's been picking up injuries at the wrong time for us. So he's a big player for us. That game missed Ziyech yesterday. Someone to just create something for us. Yes. This is a baller. Got put on silent for Barry and the Reds, man. Cool. Right. There's a little bit of delay, people, because at the moment we're meant to have some people joining us. And one of them's actually in the chat now, and that's Rose. I can't seem to turn my camera on and mic, unfortunately. That is a shame. Only time we're just getting a blimmin' Everton fan on here, and we can't get her on here. It's a shame, absolute shame. I am expecting Sophia to join us at some point soon. She's trying again, so yeah, she's going to let us know. Look, we're not going nowhere. Take your time. Now the Everton result looks worse. Daniel, do you know what, bro? You're right. It does look worse. The fact that we've actually not won this game and not capitalised on it is a bummer. But at the same time, we've got to take it as a bit of luck. It's not allowing Rose to jump. Rose, I can see you in the back, but it says your device is not connected. I don't know what's happening right now. Maybe try your phone. If not, try a laptop. Shouldn't be having that issue. Southampton are third. This is how crazy the league is. Correct. I mean, they're doing very well at the moment. We can't knock Southampton. And look, guys, I've got a question for you. What's worse, Southampton actually being third, or Arsenal being near relegation? Like, what's worse out of the two? Guys, my other host is here. If it adds up. Sophia is in town. Sophia, how are you?
Sorry, my hearing went a little bit funny again.
Can you hear me? She can't hear me yet as well. We're having a bit of a nightmare today, aren't we? We've got all these people tuned in and we can't even get this going. Right. We need a backup winger in January. Any shouts? Well, from what I've seen of the Fulham game, why not about Lookman? I think Lookman would be a good shout. He's playing so well at the moment for them, especially in this game. Sophia, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Wait for it.
Okay, wait for it, guys. She's getting there slowly. Yes. Chelsea ladies won again. So many games unbeatable. Listen, big up to the Chelsea ladies. They're absolutely smashing it, and they have done for a consistent amount of seasons now. What we're doing there seems to be really, really big. Now this is Everton. She's going to try and jump in with us. She's just trying to restart her device. Hopefully, she'll be able to join in with us soon. Sophia, can you hear me yet? Sophia? Still. Okay, cool. She's got lag in at the moment. No.
Oh, 1-1. Oh my gosh.
No. Fulham doing so well as well, man. They deserve to be, up front. I haven't been watching the second half though. To be fair, I'm sure Liverpool couldn't have played any worse, and I think Fulham are going to regret that. Big up to ads. Support the channel. Make sure you subscribe to GNA TV. We love hearing having you here, people. Make sure you share across all your social media platforms. Sophia, are you with us now? You're not in. You're in that still. Come out and come back in. That's it. We're having a bit of a nightmare today, people. I don't know what's going on.
Why do you have to do it when I'm waving?
Well, we're having nightmares. Rose can't get in because she's got fun with her. Sophia's got lagging going on in her ear. It's kind of like delaying everything that we had planned. But Prime, let's try and just talk a bit of Chelsea quickly. Keep these guys in.
Prime can't leave my Twitter alone. He's cool. Yeah, strip bear. I'm obsessed. That's why. Chelsea. It's a performance that, to be honest, was kind of, or a result that was kind of expected anyway. Going into the game, Ziyech being out, who's our creative spark, that was always going to affect us. No Callum, even though he wasn't going to start, but having him as an impact off the bench hurts. Christian not being fit again, playing with no natural width. Frank should have switched it up or tried something. Maybe tried a diamond, or me preferably play three at the back and use our wing backs. Ancelotti, Everton had injuries of their own. No Coleman, no Digne. James being out as well, so it was kind of like a defensive job from them. Prime, do you 1-1 today? How do you think the performance today?
Talk about Spurs.
Fuck Jose.
Oh, you can. Sorry, 1 second, Prime. 1 second. You're back, yeah?
Yeah, I was having an Arsenal moment. Sorry.
Wicked. No, it's fine. It's fine. Look, honestly, Rose is not.
Sophia, yes, thank you.
Well, device is not connected at the moment as well. So hopefully she's going to try and restart and come back into it. I did start a little bit earlier than expected because I had to have a little bit of a run at the beginning, which you probably didn't see at the time. So yeah, definitely shooting back into that. I think Rose might be all right. Yeah, she's good. And we now have an Everton fan here. Welcome, Rose. Finally, she's joined us. How you doing?
Sorry.
You all right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Bit of a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm good. Good after yesterday. Sorry, I'll just take these out. Yeah, I'm good. I wasn't expecting such a good result yesterday. But yeah, delighted to get the 3 points against you guys when you've been in great form.
I think, to be honest, and I was ranting a little bit before you all came on. I said Everton deserved it yesterday. I think we weren't clinical enough in the final third. A lot of people were blaming Frank Lampard this morning. It kind of winds me up because he's played up to now. We've played 17 games. We haven't lost any of them 17. We lost yesterday. I told everyone on other platforms that we are get ready to, because we are going to lose games. Everton could be one of them games because we've only beat you once in the last 5 games. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. I was trying to get that into people's heads. Like, yes, I was confident going into it. Of course, I'm going to back my team as you do. But it was not a massive shock to me that we lost. And if we're going to criticise anyone, don't point fingers at Lampard. Point it at the players, because the players, for me, in certain positions, weren't performing, and that's what got me yesterday. You know what I mean? And Sophia, I don't know if you agree with me as well. How do you feel about it overall?
Definitely, yeah. I noticed a lot of the whole Havertz, Reece James, they just weren't gelling. So I'm not sure that's another issue the whole team had, but just as a whole, just weren't performing. Definitely didn't deserve to win.
I think with Havertz, again, being a kid and everything, and being in a new league, it's growing problems. So I don't necessarily have a problem with that, but it's you play him out wide when he doesn't look comfortable out there. Again, I keep saying I would have switched it and played with a back three and try and actually go for them, especially with Everton. They didn't really play with natural fullbacks.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Everton were there for the taking, because Ancelotti is a phenomenal manager. You don't take that for granted, but it's like
we can't forget that we hit the post twice as well. And then on another day they might have gone in, and it might have been a different game. Mendy, if he didn't make the rash decision that he made, we might have ended up drawing the game. I don't know. We can't really dig out Mendy too much because he's played so well for us up to now. So people got to bear in mind that these things do happen in football. Games go against you. Players make mistakes. No one's blimmin' perfect. But don't criticise the manager over losing one game. That's where my frustration lands at the moment. And look, I'm not going to take anything away from Everton, Rose, because I think you guys performed very, very.
Sorry, can I jump on that? Who's criticizing Lampard? You guys were unbeaten in 17 or something. Like, I was so negative in my preview. I said, we've got injuries. These guys are like flying. We're gonna really struggle. Like, how are your fans criticizing Lampard after one game? Like, that's.
It's not even so much our fans, to be fair.
Right.
It's like rival fans and stuff like that, saying Lampard's not good enough, he's inept and stuff like that. So yeah,
they know what it is, and it happens, and it seems to be happening across a lot of the top 6 teams. You look at Ollie, for example, and there's a lot of fans that didn't want him there in the first place. So every time he does something wrong, they're on him. But they don't actually realise that if he wins his game in hand, they're above us. He's actually not doing too bad in the Premier League. We've got the same problem where you've got a small minority of fans that have never actually have any trust in Lampard. Don't think he can go and win anything. But as soon as he has that little hiccup, it's like, I told you, he's crap. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't deserve to run. And that's the problem. That's where the problem lies. I don't know, Sophia, I don't know if you agree with me. Do you think it's a small minority of fans? And
I think they're probably the same. Like at the start when we had that bit of a bumpy run, they were like, Lampard out, he's lost like 3 games.
Yeah,
I think it's probably like that same kind of bunch that said that before.
Yeah, and it's like, it's okay to. I mean, I critique Lampard quite a lot, and I'm always talking about how, in terms of winning the league, maybe it's not so much this season, but in terms of winning the league and stuff like that, and being that guy, I want to be able to see something to believe in. But like for me, I don't want him to get sacked because I don't think he's done anything. In terms of our squad and what we've done so far this season, all the circumstances in terms of injuries and whatever, I don't think many other managers could have done much better. And the ones who could have done better are world-class managers already. Like again with Ollie at United, I don't think many other managers can get more from that current team. And the ones who can are world-class managers already. I look at someone like Arteta at Arsenal and how he's actually underperforming. But it's like people are thinking Lampard's underperforming what he's done so far, and I don't get that.
Like I said, it's just a small minority of fans that don't back the manager, and it is what it is. But going on to Everton quickly, Rose, were you surprised with the performance, especially the sort of the defending aspect of it?
Absolutely. Like going into the game, we had 1 win in 7, so we had a really good start. And we lost to Leeds, we lost to Southampton, we lost to Newcastle, and then our December's really tough. So we've got Leicester next, and then Arsenal. So we needed a good result, I think, and just a good performance. I wasn't expecting to win the game at all. But yeah, like we've got United as well this month. Like we've just got a really hard month. And so we need to win some of the games if we want to be serious about finishing in the top 8. And so, yeah, I was shocked with the passion, the fight, the desire. I think on paper you have a better team than us. Like we've said, we had the injuries, but you guys had Pulisic and Ziyech out, I think. So, yeah, I think I was shocked with the performance, but I'm glad that we hung on for the results as well. I wouldn't even say that we were really hanging on in the second half. I think that you guys had that. Giroud had a chance, you hit the post, but I think we still look dangerous on the counter. So I think Ancelotti really got it right yesterday.
I agree. I don't think you could get it any better, to be honest. Do you see Everton getting in the top 6 or everything going on? I mean, you've got to look at
it's tough. I think
they're in 3rd at the moment, Southampton. So it's like,
I mean, Southampton, right, Leicester, I think it's going to be really tough. And like, we just need to be more consistent. And like we've beat Tottenham, we beat you, but then we lost to like I said, like Newcastle and Southampton, and like couldn't win 1 in 7. So if we're not consistent, then no. But if we can get a good run going, then why not?
Do you think it's a thing with Everton where you seem to step up in the bigger games? Obviously, because
Yeah,
Ancelotti's a tactical genius, and you
yeah,
have players in your team who, how do I word this? It's like when they play the bigger teams, they have something to prove. Like a
yeah,
Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin, Digne, they step up to that level.
yeah, definitely. Like I'd say that we've been lackluster against the teams that we should be beating. But then yeah, when we do play the bigger six, the top six, then we do step up. So it's just really frustrating because we can, but we don't.
That is something that I remember Chelsea doing that at one point as well, where they were winning. They were winning against the top six, but then they'd go away to Burnley and they would lose, and it used to drive me mental. And be like, and you pull your hair out because people moan about Lampard beating the smaller teams and not being able to beat the top six. But then my argument is, you win against the smaller teams because you play them more throughout the season. Mathematically, you're still going to be up there. So you get what I mean? Now, I'm not saying you lose every game to the top six, but if you're drawing games and winning, drawing's not the end of the world. Of course, I want us to beat the top six because at the end of the day, you want to be the best and you've got to beat the best to be the best. And I get that, but it's not as bad as people make it sound. And Sophia, what do you think? You watched the game yesterday. What do you think went wrong? And where did it go wrong?
I think one of them is definitely the substitutes. I think they were quite late. I think it kind of got too far along for the game for like a sub to come on and make a difference.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, looking at the subs bench at the time, he didn't really have that much options. We didn't have any wingers, out-and-out wingers that could have changed the game. Do you think, who would you brought on? Like, for me, because you only had Billy Gilmore on there, you had Andrew on there, you had Jorginho on there. I mean, there's not many players that can change it further up the pitch other than Tammy Abraham.
Yeah, but like, he brought on Tammy and Gilmore, so effectively we had 3 strikers up front. Like again, I keep saying I would have switched the formation and gone with a 3 and put the pressure on Everton because, and also we started with Giroud, but we weren't putting crosses or quality crosses into the box. But yet when Giroud doesn't play, whether it's Tammy up front or Werner up front, we put crosses into the box. It doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah, look, the one thing I will say about yesterday is Reece James had a world-class game. Even though he was at the receiving end of losing that game, I thought he was the only one that could sort of hold his head high and walk out and say, look, I've done my best. I could have done more. Havertz needs to do more. Werner, I keep stressing, I think Werner's struggling because he's playing in a position that he's obviously not comfortable in, which is being asked to stay out wide. And it drives me a bit mad. But at the moment, we are very limited in how we play at the moment. I don't see why he should have changed the formation. Everyone's going on about we should have played 3 at the back and, put Reece James and Chilwell further up the pitch. But for me, he hasn't done that all season. So why are you going to change a formation that's worked for you?
Yeah, but Jem, it's about we had with Ziyech and Pulisic and Callum being out, not having the width. We saw Havertz didn't look comfortable out wide. People keep talking about how Werner's not a winger and stuff like that. Switching it for a game to get the best out of what you have, personally, is what I would have done. But then again, if we didn't concede that penalty early on, the game keeps going at its natural pace. Maybe we put away one of our chances, we win the game 1-0. It's a different story, and all of a sudden, Frank's a genius for playing Havertz out wide or something. So it's fine margin.
No, I hear you. Rose, going back to Everton, was you surprised with certain individuals' performances yesterday? For example, Iwobi, he came out of nowhere yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, Iwobi in the last few games has been really good. Like, I am not an Iwobi fan at all. I think it was a panic buy from Arsenal, and Arsenal always just see us coming, and we just spend so much money on their players that aren't good enough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Iwobi is a player that's really playing for the shirt. He's someone that I wouldn't have thought would be good enough. But he played like right wing back against Fulham and did great. And yesterday he was on the wing again. a bit further forward, and he was great. Probably his best half for Everton in the first half against you yesterday. So I can't complain. He looks really good.
Why is it that fans don't seem to like Iwobi? Because for me, I think it's due to Arsenal
He's still
fans.
inconsistent. It's just his
For
problem.
me, it's like the end product. Like he's played about 35 games for us and like no goals, no assists. So it's that he's an attacking player and it's not been good essentially. Like he just doesn't create goals or chances.
I think Godfrey had an immense game yesterday as well. Someone that he brought in recently, and he was awesome. And he looked quick. He looked strong. They all played well. But who for you stood out the most? Who was your man of the match yesterday?
I would say Alan. I think Godfrey. I'd probably say Alan and Godfrey, because Godfrey playing at left back, he's a centre back. It's not his position. So to actually nullify your habits on that side, like to nullify your attacking threat, he was great. But Alan, I think for me, like he's up there with the tackles. Like all season, he's made the most tackles. And just yesterday, he just did not stop running and like trying to break up your play. So I'd say him.
I agree. Sophia, Liverpool draw, Spurs draw. Have we got away with one?
Definitely, yeah. We had a perfect opportunity, and look what's happened. But I think that's just how Chelsea roll for some reason.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a flip side to it. Obviously, we could have won yesterday and really, carried on our form and maybe pulled away. I think would we have been on the same points, or would we have been ahead of them? I don't even know. They drew, didn't they? So we probably have been on the same points, actually, I think. Yeah. So, but
what's annoying is, even though Spurs conceded late on and Liverpool didn't play well, the fact that they still got a point, they both got a point instead of us, we lost 3 points. That's still somewhat of an advantage.
Yeah, look, and our goal difference is, I think, equally one of the best in the league at the moment, other than Spurs. Look, for me, with Chelsea, it's just a reaction. You're going to lose games, but it's just how you react upon after, So going into the next game, we've got to put a big performance in and we've got to win. I think our next game is Wolves. Sophia, what do you think of? What do you think of that game? Do you think we got a good? Do you think we have to win, especially after losing to Everton?
I think we have to win, but I'm just hoping that it hasn't kind of knocked our confidence, and then we just kind of blow it.
I've never asked you as well. Are you Lampard in or Lampard out? Like, are you supporting him, or what's your views on Lampard as a manager?
I support him. Yeah, I think any manager of the club I support, I have to support him. So yeah.
No, I agree with you. And
also, let me just say this: for people who want Lampard out, another part of why I'm against it is that who is actually available right now that would be that much better in terms of like a world-class option? Because like for me, as much as I personally rate Nagelsmann, he hasn't won anything yet to prove how good he is. Poch hasn't won anything to prove how good he is. Conte's at Inter and he's maybe failing a bit. Ancelotti's at Everton, he's not going to leave. There's no options available as of right now.
Rose has got our manager. That's the one I wanted.
Really? You wanted him back?
Okay. Look, if Chelsea get rid of Lampard, there's no point in getting rid of someone to then bring someone else in that hasn't won anything. And this is my argument with people. I'd rather, if you're going to get rid of him and just dump him, then you've got to go and look for someone that knows how to win things. And for me, Ancelotti's been at Chelsea. He's done it before. Sophia, you know yourself. He's won major trophies at Chelsea. Would it be your choice if Lampard was sacked, or have you got any other managers that you would like?
I think I did want him back originally, but I know there was quite a lot of rumours about Nagelsmann. Also because I watch Bundesliga, but
tell us about him, because I don't watch enough of him to know. I mean, I've seen him in the Champions League, but is he good enough for top 6?
He is good, but he's still quite young, so he's not really got that experience, and he's not really won anything major either.
Which is why I keep saying he's not even ready for, like, I think United fans want him and stuff, but like he's not ready. The same with Poch. they they're great coaches and stuff, and that's cool, but they still haven't won anything. Plus, the way Now Guzman plays, his style is gonna take like 2 seasons to bed in properly into the Premier League, and in that time, people are gonna be like screaming and complaining because we're like he's gonna come in and you're gonna get like maybe a battering against like a Fulham or something, or and then you'll pick up a result against City, but then you can get battered against another team until that system actually starts working properly. And in that time, I think he could possibly get sacked like at Chelsea or United. But if he goes to Spurs, I think he'll be given that time to bed in that system.
And I agree, bro. I'm just literally going through some of the comments that the guys have sent us because I've
Don't
not
read that
done
one out at the bottom. That's for me.
Oh no, I just reading this one here from Lajanas that is that ill? I don't even know. But anyway, Germ, I think those who hate Lampard are actually right. He isn't good enough. That Faye girl from Box to Box is right. Pep should. No, I'm sorry, I disagree. So Sophia, do you agree with that?
He's right.
I don't know. I just have a dislike for Pep, obviously, because he was at Barcelona, and I don't know. But if he comes to Chelsea, he comes to Chelsea. I'll tolerate him somehow.
Guys, in the live chat, get your questions in. You got Roses, an Everton fan. I mean, it's not like we have loads of Everton fans about on here. So if you've got any questions about Everton, she is the best person to ask for them. Sophia's here as well. Prime, get your questions in.
I've got a question. What is Everton's aim for the next few years with Ancelotti?
Trophy. Need a trophy. We haven't won a trophy for as old as I am. Like, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's FA Cup, League Cup. I could not care less. I need them across the park to not be able to tell us, 26 years, 20. It can't go on. It cannot go on. I don't care where we finish in the league. A trophy. We've got United in the Carabao Cup. We just need a trophy. I think obviously European football would be great as well, but for me, trophy. Like, it's just not. It's so bad. Like, we have to win something.
And that's why I rate that mentality more than I do with Poch, because winning breeds winning, and at least winning like the FA Cup this season or Carabao can breed that confidence for next season to maybe push for a top 6 or push for a top 4, as opposed to Poch, who only wants to establish himself as a Champions League club but not actually win anything.
Yeah, and I hear that. Jeremy's got a question for you, Rose. Where do you think Everton will finish this season?
I'll go conservative and I'll say like 7th, just because really? I think we have a good starting 11, but after that it's like bring in the kids. So yeah, I optimistic would say like 5th, 6th, but I think realistically like 7th, because Southampton look good, Leicester look good. It's too open.
No, I hear you. Sophia, answer this one. How many Premier League goals do Chelsea guys think will get this season? Werner. Did you talk about Werner? Yeah, Werner will get for Chelsea this season.
I think 20 plus.
Really? Wow. What, overall, are you talking about in the Premier League?
I think overall.
That's not a bad shout, is it? I mean, he hasn't scored in the last couple of games. He needs to sort it out, doesn't he? Let's be serious. But it is what it is. Daniel thinks Everton will finish 6th. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, he thinks Everton will. I had them to finish 4th at the beginning of the season. I was going for Champions League. Yeah,
I thought Everton 5th.
Yeah,
I figured Leicester in the Europa League will drop away, so I just thought Everton could keep pushing when everyone else is in Europe.
Yeah,
I agree. It could go this season so unpredictable as well. It's one of them ones where it's just like you don't know what's going to happen. Who's going to win it? I mean, does anyone got any ideas? Liverpool don't look consistent. Tottenham look like Tottenham do every year, bottling it. Chelsea seem to put anything together at the moment. Man United are playing like the dark horses, where they're very quiet. Everyone thinks they're losing the plot with Ollie and whatever, but if they win the game in hand, they're right in the mix of it. You know what I mean? So they're playing it clever. Man City have been in and out. They don't look like the same Man City as well, because I don't think Man City had a very good transfer window. Anyone want to shout out who they think still going to win it, or is it still too early? Anyone want to guess, Sophia?
I think it's still too early. It's still really unpredictable at the moment.
If I say who's going to win it, you're going to say I don't support Chelsea. So no.
Yeah, because he's going to be who you work for, isn't it? Jose Mourinho.
No, I know. I honestly think Liverpool are still the favourites, and Liverpool will win it.
That's fair enough.
Because I figure with Spurs that they'll fall away near the end, and then Jose might focus on the Europa League. I think with Chelsea, we're going to fall away because we shouldn't win the league this season. Based on our trajectory and how we're supposed to go, we shouldn't win it this season. So if we do, serious questions have to be asked about Klopp.
Rose, what do you think about Arsenal?
I was really. Do you know what? I think it does link back to Everton. So Arsenal sacked Emery and we sacked Silva, and I just saw that Arteta would come back to us, because he's unproven. Pep's assistant. I thought we would get Arteta and then they'd go for Ancelotti because trophy is experience. So I was thrilled when we got Ancelotti instead of them, and I was shocked that they actually went with Arteta. And he's definitely underperforming. I don't really know. I can't really put it down to anything because the players that they have are decent. They definitely shouldn't be 15th. I'm sure you guys are all happy about it, but
I'm loving it.
I just, yeah.
That's what I keep saying. Again, I keep bringing it back. At least with Lampard, he's performing how he actually should be performing. He's not. Maybe he's not doing exceptionally well. We're not top, fine, but at least we're doing what we should be doing. Ollie is doing what he should be doing. Ancelotti at Everton, they're doing what they should be doing. But Arteta is drastically underperforming.
Yeah, I agree. Sophia,
did he reject? Did Arteta reject Everton, or did they not approach him at all?
I don't think we went for him. That was the link. So, and I always thought, Arteta, we didn't need a person at that time. We were flirting with relegation. So, I just thought, no, we need somebody who knows what they're doing to get us out of it. And I was shocked. Ancelotti came, we were 16th in the league, and he never finished that low. We finished 11th, and he has never finished that low in his whole career. So, welcome to Everton. But honestly, I think with Arteta, I think the job's too big. I think Arsenal have been in a transition for 5-6 years since Wenger left, and the decline under him at the end. And I think it was a massive job, and I'm surprised they didn't go for a more experienced manager.
I agree. And to be honest, I think if you think about Everton and the managers they've had, you always think back to David Moyes, who I think was great at Everton, wasn't he, when he was there at his time? Fortunately, he left. He made the mistake of going to Manchester United, and then absolutely ruined him, doesn't it? After that, and now he's at West Ham. So it just shows, doesn't it, how you can be such a high-profile manager and then go to take a big step, and then you get a slap in the face, and then you end up with. You know what I mean? He should have just stayed at Everton. He should have just stuck it out. But Sophia, Arsenal play tonight. They've got Burnley. Should it be easy? Should it be an easy win for them, or what do you think?
It should be very easy for them, but this is Arsenal. The way they're playing, it really doesn't surprise me if they slip up really badly.
Yeah, exactly that. And they haven't. I mean, they don't score many goals, Arsenal. And it seems like when they go behind, they struggle to get back in the game as well. And it's one of them ones where.
Have you seen their lineup? Have you seen their lineup?
Jem, I have a question that isn't football related. When are you, Ads and Sophia, doing a video together next? It will be probably on the Ads and Jem show, but watch out for that, people. Ads will be back. Go on, Prime. Sorry, what was you saying?
Have you seen Arsenal's lineup?
I've not seen it yet.
No.
They're playing with Lacazette as a number 10. Aubameyang.
Working, yeah? For the defenders. Working
on someone. Aubameyang up front, Willian and Saka out wide. Actually, I don't even think it might be that. It might just be a back five.
I've never seen a player work as much as Lacazette. He loves having his back to the goal, and he loves rubbing himself against defenders. I've noticed it. Like, that's all he does. Like, he literally doesn't do anything else for me. Like, he can't score goals. Like, Aubameyang's up front. Obviously, that's where we're looking at front. But they got rid of Ozil, which I think was a silly mistake on their behalf. But anyway, that's
I still
Arsenal.
can't
We're not-
believe like Aubameyang's fall from grace from Dortmund, but that's another story.
He went to Arsenal, Sophia. What do you expect? He's gone to a declining team. Like, why would you take that big step? Why didn't Chelsea go for him at the
Arsenal
time?
such prime. I love you, but stop dissing Arteta. Alaka is a world-class player.
We did Arsenal a favour, stop Fulham closing the gap on Arsenal. We were very lucky to get a point this season. Yeah, Chris, you're right on that one, bro. Definitely. Zach Armage in the house. This season is really open. I really can't say we'll win it this season. We bloody drew with Fulham, and that was with a lucky pen. I'm fuming. We had a chance to go top. Anyways, hi Sophie, your little admirer again. He's here.
Zach Armage.
He loves doping there. What else have we got? We are going to wrap it up, guys, because I'm sure we all want to go and watch Arsenal get stuffed. Hopefully,
Actually, yeah.
Do you think he'll get the sack if they lose tonight? Do you think they'll panic, or do you think they'll just stick it out?
No, it's gonna have to go. It's gonna get really bad. They lost to Spurs, and we saw half of their fan base switch. So
I love the AFTV. Yeah.
I think when Chelsea batter them on Boxing Day, you'll see a real meltdown.
Oh, you've got them soon. Oh God.
Yeah.
We've got them as well. I'm like, we need to go for them and get the 3 points.
When do you play them? When do you play them?
So we've got Leicester on Wednesday next week, I think. Yeah, next weekend.
Right.
We need to.
I can see Arsenal winning them games. Like, Arsenal will probably play against the top six and then get a penalty somehow, like we did against what happened with Everton yesterday, and then just defend, and they'll win, and then they'll get so happy and they'll be like, "We're back, we're gonna do it, we're coming for the top six, be careful." Yeah, and then they'll go to blimmin' Fulham next week and lose. You know what I mean? That's Arsenal. Story of Arsenal's life, isn't it? Like, literally. Arsenal will win. Shush Prime, I love you. Stop this. All right, fine. Yeah, we already know that one.
World-class player. Lacazette is world-class. Morata is world-class. Kepa's world-class.
Sophia, I want you to answer this one. Jem, shouldn't we sign Perisic? I want him so bad. Normally, 18-month loan would be amazing. I mean, you've seen him at Bayern Munich. Again, a league that you watch a lot of. Would he be good for Chelsea? I know we need wingers, but would he be a good signing for on the loan move?
I don't know. It just depends if he can kind of gel with what we have now. Because what we have now still need a bit of work with gelling and like formations, and we need to focus on injuries first.
Yeah, I think one thing that we are crying out for is a winger. Like, I knew this was going to happen. Cho gets injured, Dick gets injured. Pulisic is like glass anyway. He just breaks constantly. It's just like we should have had a fourth winger. Timo Werner's not that winger. He's just not a winger. I don't know why we keep playing him there, and it's frustrating. I think in the January transfer window, we definitely should be looking to buy. Football United TV is in the house, Jem and all. Would you agree? All the way down to 13. It's so close and open. Wolves are only 8 points off the top place, and he's right.
Yeah,
he's massively right on that one. Even Everton could win the league. You never know, Rose.
No. Yeah.
If Everton win the league right after Liverpool winning it, wow.
That'd be mad.
You can't do a super chat because we are not at the 1,000 sub mark yet, mate, but we're nearly there. We're pushing it. So keep liking, subscribing, share, retweet, get us out there. It is moving blimming quick, I ain't gonna lie. We appreciate everyone that's on right now. I think we're done, guys, really. Is there anything else?
I have a question. Your youngster at Everton in Kudu, the left back.
Oh yeah, in Kinku, yeah.
How's he been this season? Because I heard out of nowhere that we're linked to him. So.
Oh really? Okay. He's been played in the cup games. He's been really good. So he's a left back. He hasn't actually got much game time since Dean went out injured. So I'm not sure if Carlo rates him. He's like a natural fit. Like, he didn't play yesterday. He's not featured at all. he's really good going forward. Defensively, his positioning needs work, but he's so young. He's like 18, 19. So he's one to watch for the future. Yeah. It's
Wicked.
I think he'll stay though, because he only joined us this summer. So yeah.
Wicked. No, and I hear that. Strip Bear, when you make a super chat, I'll donate 50. Listen, Strip Bear, you do enough donating on the football terrace when we're over there, and I appreciate that. I'm sure once we can start putting super chats available, that you'll be one of the first to obviously get along with that. And we appreciate it. We appreciate the support, and we're loving that we're growing at quite a nice speed as well. We've got so many shows and ideas that we've not even released yet, which are going to involve Sophia a lot more as well. But yeah, well done to Everton. Well done, Rose. Thank you for pissing us off and giving us something to talk about other than us winning. But yeah, other than that, shout out your socials, starting with Rose. Where can they find you?
Great. So I'm on Instagram. It's at Now This Is Everton, and YouTube as well. Thank you for having me on, though.
Appreciate it anytime. We'll be getting you on a lot more if that's all right. And if you're free, obviously, to jump on and have a chat, we'd love to get you more involved.
Great, yeah. Good luck for the rest of the season, except against us. Good luck for the rest of the games. And yeah, see you soon, maybe.
Yeah, appreciate it. Prime,
Thanks.
where can they find you, buddy?
Yeah, it's my Twitter, Ladimus Prime X. You can catch me there, rattling Arsenal fans and talking about the rest of the footballing clubs, I guess. Also on my own YouTube channel, where I just do sit down and interviews with people. It's quite fun. So yeah.
Strip Bear runs girls, by the way. Yeah, so she's loving the support. One of the things we're trying to do on TV is push out more women. We want women to have more of a vocal voice. Having you on here is perfect. With Sophia, it's great as well, because she's one of our hosts now. We're looking to push a new show where there's going to be a lot more women talking on individual shows through Sophia, and that, which you can get involved as well, which would be good. So yeah, no, definitely lots to look forward to. Sophia, where can they find you?
So I'm at Sophia CFC _ on Twitter.
Wicked. Other than that, guys, thank you for all coming in and giving me your time. I know you're probably enjoying yourselves, relaxing for most of the day, and I've just pulled you off your chair just to come and join me on here. But yeah, no, I appreciate it. And take care, guys. See you soon.
It's like it's playtime, when it's free time. In the down, they have a glance, we stepping out of